Annyeong and welcome to Hallyujuku, starring Brandon Cooper and myself, PD Rave. This is episode 64. Rat Monster is everywhere. Enjoy. Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Hallyujuku. I am Petey Rave, your man with no plan. Here with me, as always, is my tag team partner, my friend, Brandon Cooper, aka King Cass. How you doing, Cass?
Hello. God damn it. A sound of death because I am death. Blah. Also, look at this shit. Matching like some fucking... like a fucking couple.
Contrast. Look, we're contrasting in multiple ways. Mine yellow and black.
Oh, God. Yeah. No, but welcome to another lovely edition of Hallyujuku. I'm going to, as I told PD before the show, I'm going to Chris Jericho this and break the walls down for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very whirlwind episode. I just came back into town, and then it's like, all right, we gotta hurry up and get this episode done because PD is about to head out of town, to go down to South by Southwest, to check out all the fun in their music, festival that is going on. If you were already in Texas and you were like, no, I already did South by Southwest. No, that was the interactive part. There are two more parts, you retards.
Yes. Yes.
Hard R.
And we'll talk about, and that'll lead us into the What's New segment. I'll talk about that and other things about what's new with me, but, as we always do, we talk about what's new. Cass, what's new with you, lately?
Trains?
Trains?
No, nothing really. Like I said, I just came back.
Curly that way.
I just came back from a mini vacate. Yeah, well, no, okay. No, I just came back from a mini vacation. I headed to the south, and I called that a vacation. I had fun. I went to see some friends, and we hung out, played video games, and watched anime. Among the other things I should have been doing that I didn't do. There you go.
But yeah, fun activities. What music has caught your attention this week?
I was unfortunate to be able to like kind of check out a lot of stuff, being kind of stuck with mainly just my phone, but luckily for you viewing audience out there, your good boy Petey took care of me and kind of kept me up to date on a lot of the things that were new and was going on, and this was one of them that came across the Hallyujuku news desk.
Yes.
Was Gilly Boy has kind of been ramping up and putting out a lot more stuff lately. He has another song that is supposed to drop next week. Well, this week, and this one dropped a couple of days ago or something like that. Called "Take Care of You." Now, I've said before, the most that I like of Gilly Boy is his production more than his rapping.
Yeah,
and this is kind of in that same vein. Hold on, I'm gonna die. This is kind of more in that same vein where I like the production of this a lot. I really like the production of this, and I'm pretty sure Gilly Boy had a big hand in the production of this, but the actual kind of rapping that goes along with it, I could take or leave.
Yeah. It's got a good, it has some good production. I liked his like emotion. I liked the way he kind of expressed it, but it could be not everybody's style, but it's still a pretty cool track and an interesting video, and an interesting kind of style to it, like an interestingly shot video. It's simple. I think
simple black and white.
Yeah, not the only one we're gonna talk about, but like
shot.
A simple black and white video. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the production is what stands out among anything. The emotion does come through really well. I will give you that. The emotion does really come through. I will say he did that rather well. But other than that, like I said, I don't know. It's a kind of give or take. A lot of times with Gilly Boy for me, I'll definitely take this. But like I said, it's always up in the air with a Gilly Boy song.
Mm-hmm. Definitely interesting subject matter for the song if you read the lyrics. But yeah, what else you got going on music wise?
So I got a song called "Snow of April" by Hugak.
Hugak.
I'm gonna pronounce it. Yeah, I'm gonna pronounce it like an I for some reason.
Hugak.
Which this is kind of another sad, soulful song, with no intent. I swear to God, none at all of me doing that. But a really soulful, sad fucking song with a video to match.
Yeah, like a little bit of like, there's a little bit of hopefulness, you know, like a guy looking out in the sunshine. You know, it's just wistful. But yeah, it's like this mood. This is moody ballad. I swear, like, when I saw that guy step up on that little ladder, I was like, is this dude gonna hang himself? Just because of the songs. It's like, just because of the sound of the song, like, it was like, what's this dude about to do? Like, it's just like, you see him take down the curtains because he wants to let the sun in. It's like, oh, okay. Got me worried for about a minute.
But I don't know. I was looking around really quick and I found this on One the K. And I really, really enjoyed it. I don't know. I really love soulful Korean singing. I just love the tone of it when it's done really well. It's something that can really, really, really hit you in the emotions.
Feels.
Because we've talked about before the difference of sometimes doing verbal gymnastics rather than just singing.
Yeah.
And a lot of soulful Korean singing is singing. Every so often you'll run into a little bit of the verbal gymnastics depending on who you're talking about, but man, when it comes to ballads, fucking Koreans know how to do it.
Yeah. It's just nice and wistful. It's a really cool track. I dug it. He's Hugak has been around for a while. He's a veteran in the game. And he does some pretty cool stuff. But last but not least,
a rookie group from last year? Yeah, last year, called Madtown. Oh god, my chair. Okay, rookie group from last year called Madtown, with their new track, New World, coming off of, I think this is gonna be on their new mini album. Which the new mini album is called Welcome to Madtown. So these are some, I don't know, I remember, I think, talking about them. I don't really remember. It's not full on sure in my head if we talked about them.
Like
but this was definitely a track that, like, as soon as I turned it on and as soon as the kind of music kicked in, it caught my attention. And at first I thought it was going to be for the wrong reasons. I kind of initially was going to be like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to feel this. But I kind of let it play out, and listen to it. And I was like, you know what? For kind of a rookie group still finding their kind of feel in their bass, it's not bad because there's a lot of rapping in it. And it kind of is boasty a little bit, but it doesn't have the try hard. And that's the one thing that me and PD have talked about before, like time and time again, is that try hard kind of wanting to be super gangster kind of thing, with kind of boy groups and idols lately. But this is very kind of just genuine, like fun boasting and, like trying to be sexy. Like, and I kind of appreciated it for that.
Yeah, some cool dance moves, good choreography, some fun tunes, a fun beat, and they carry it off pretty well. Especially for a rookie group. I had mixed feelings for their debut. I believe this is the group that debuted with the song YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right over here
yes,
on the right.
Is.
Yeah. Like, so, and the song was like, okay, and I kind of had mixed feelings about it, but this one's good. I'm still on a wait and see.
Yeah.
I've got to see like what follows up after this or what's on the mini album to really make a judgment, but this is a good showing, for sure. This is a good showing.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I definitely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a definite good showing. It kind of is a little bit better than kind of trying to be kitschy with like having a song named YOLO.
Yes.
And I think it has a little more swagger to this than what I remember YOLO doing. I'll listen to YOLO later, not now,
Yes.
and compare the two. But to me, this is a better kind of continuation, growing of the brand kind of song that I could see them gaining some fans on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some cool stuff. So what's new with me? Is packing.
What is new with you? Yes.
Packing. And trying to not forget things, but I will forget something. I even made a game of it on Twitter to try to get people to guess what I'm gonna forget. Mainly if I could get them to guess what I'll forget, I'll make me remember.
So that you don't forget it.
Exactly. But yeah, because I'm going to South by Southwest tomorrow. South by Southwest music. It's gonna be K-pop night out. Gonna check that out. Gonna check out Japan night. This week. Gonna check out some stuff. Hopefully, I'm gonna get to see Epic High live. Hopefully, I should be able to get in there. If not too many badge people get in front of me. It's just a matter of waiting in line. But yeah, hopefully get to see Epic High live, Crayon Pop live, the Barbarettes. There's also going to be a cool Korean glam metal band that's going to be playing a couple things, including the heavy metal pool party, a bunch of cool stuff. And which I'm really excited for Crayon Pop for a reason that we're going to discuss in the headlines going forward. But yeah, look out for that stuff. I'll follow me on Twitter, follow Hallyujuku on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna put out a bunch of stuff. But yeah, music wise this week, it's mainly been about Gain. Now, Gain, if you remember how much I talked about and loved Gain's last release, which was Fuck You, which was that fantastic release. Had a pretty good album to support it as well, but that song was just fantastic. She's had multiple really cool songs that explore things in really cool ways, explore subject matters in really cool ways, and push a little bit of the boundaries. And she's back with, and she was hyped. There was a lot of teasers hyping her next solo release. That kind of had me, they were themed around the story of Eve. The album is named Hawa, which is another kind of a name used for Eve and the story of Adam and Eve and the original sin. And apparently that was going to be a theme of the album. And I was like, if anybody can make this cool, it's Gain and with this subject matter. And then lo and behold, we finally got the first of two title tracks. We had Paradise Lost and we had Apple. The first one being Paradise Lost. That for somehow got a 15+ rating, but we'll talk about that when we discuss it. But Gain's Paradise Lost is it just works on so many multiple levels, musically, thematically. The video is really cool, and the cinematography of the video is cool. The choreography is really, really awesome. It's sensual. Yeah. It explores things in a really cool, it explores, sensuality and all. It puts Gain kind of in the role of the snake, and the choreography and the mood of the video really match that well. And I have to say that core strength though, there's some moments where Gain really shows off that core strength. Holy crap. There's some great moments in the routine. Just the style was so good. it just works on multiple levels. Oh, I don't know. What did you think, Kath? Did you get as hyped about it as I did?
I really enjoyed kind of the song itself initially, and then the choreography and kind of I'm going to go all artsy on you, the cinematography of it. Like, I loved lights, the way they used light. I love the way, like, everything in this kind of flows, from one shot to the next. And like you said, the choreography is really, really fun, really sensual, really just like amazing. And I'm really liking what Guyan is kind of doing right now.
Yeah, like she always explores really cool like subjects and thoughts and ideas, and like the whole album is sympathizing with the idea that that it, like with Eve, sympathizing with Eve, because and bringing about the idea of the original sin, and like the lyrics are really cool. The chorus is like it hooks you in, and like this song is so like has that cool sensual vibe. And like I said, I don't understand how it got a 15 plus, and the reason why is because there's like a whole scene with a bunch of naked dudes, and you got like a sea of man ass like all there, and somehow that got a 15 plus. And then the Apple video, which we'll discuss in a second, got a 19 plus. Despite being kind of this different style of video. I don't know, like, it's just weird. But yeah, like for example, this moment right here, the dance break, that core strength right there. Damn. Like, I dare you to do that. Just like, but yeah, moving on to, and then the other, title track was Apple, like I mentioned, which got a 19 plus, I guess mainly for the lyrical content. And then this one is more, I would say more Guyan playing the role of Eve, and just kind of strolling around a kind of a paradise-like, place, and just kind of being cute and adorable and playing with a giant ball and, and
a lot more fun of a song, a lot more upbeat than the last song.
And featuring Jay Park as well, rapping. Yeah, for whatever reason, which is interesting, and not the and Jay Park was not the only interesting like guest up here because on the album is also Doki has an appearance on the album as well, which I never got around to it, and I got to go check out the full album or full mini album because I never got around to it, but there seems to be some really cool tracks on it. But yeah, this was a fun video, and this was a fun song, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I'm gonna say I like Paradise a little bit better, but I kind of love the fun, upbeat, playful nature of this one. And I guess that outfit of just her in these tight shorts is just gonna kind of be the concept, because that's what she's wearing in everything. And I ain't mad at it. Go do your thing, girl.
I am mad at you. God, Guyan is so it's just so fantastic, and I'm so happy to have this back, to have this comeback, especially remembering how much I enjoyed "Fuck You" and that track, and how much that one was really cool and thoughtful, and then like I like this scene where she's like going back and forth to the tree, and how it ends on her biting the apple, which is really nice and fits with the theme. And yeah, just go check it out. Check out Guyan. She always has some really cool, like thoughtfulness to how she approaches her comebacks. Like, and she always pushes the boundaries in really cool, really, really cool ways. And I love Guyan. I love you, Guyan. But I could talk about Guyan and I could ramble on incoherently for a very long time. But it's time to move on to another track. Another cool track. Another set of veterans. I guess a longer time veterans, but people getting ready for their comeback. MFBTY, My Fan's Better Than Yours, aka motherfucking Busy Tiger Human Ray, comprising of Busy, Tiger JK, and Lady T Human Ray, with their track Buku Buku, featuring EE, Rat Monster of all people, and Dino J. This one is just a straight up hip hop track. It's really cool. It has a really cool vibe. It's just the guys, Lady T doing a rap thing, for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
On a fresh track. She's been delving into just being a singer for a little while. But kind of delving back into, being the queen and just kind of reclaiming her throne. This was an interesting track, especially with the odd collaborations, like EE, who are kind of a eccentric kind of cool group and make for an interesting kind of contribution to the track, and like Rat Monster of all people, and we were talking about another song by him, and it's a fun video with some wackiness.
I want to say this right out of the gate. We're going to see a lot of Rat Monster up until this album drops and he has to start performing, right? Yeah. But other than that, be ready to see a lot of Rat Monster because he's going to try to be everywhere until this album or mixtape or whatever we're calling it fucking drops. And I don't know how I feel about that just yet.
We'll have to figure out. But this is interesting. That like him getting the nod by the Feel Good Music Camp, like of all people. Like it almost felt like I was thinking about it on the bus. It almost felt like that scene in the Avengers when Captain America comes in on with Black Widow and Hawkeye after Hawkeye just came out of being like under under Loki's spell, and he just looks at Black Widow. Yeah. She nods, and like she just gives a quick nod, and he's like, "All right, you gotta suit up." And it's like, Feel Good Music or Black Widow, and we're Captain America, and Rat Monster is Hawkeye, and we're just like, "Are you cool? All right, I guess he's cool. All right." Right. It almost feels like that, which is like,
or that's what they want us to do is to go.
At least that's what they want us to do.
You know what? He's cool. I don't know what I was thinking this whole time. I'm sorry. He is cool. Like, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Like, no matter how hard you try, no matter how the fact that you try to put him with Warren G, and now you're trying to put him with MFBTY, like, stop it. Let me make my own decision on if he's cool or not. Stop telling me he's cool so that I go, all right, he's cool. Like, no.
But otherwise, what did you think of the track?
I thought it was good. No, I had a lot of fun with it. Even with Rat Monster's part, I thought it was pretty fun. I need to look up a translation for it, of course, because I don't know all of what they said, but it was just kind of a fun, like, kind of go in track. Fucking Tiger JK kills it at the end. Yeah. And I don't know. I had fun with it. I thought it was really, really fun.
I'm digging Tasha's dreads, just kind of rocking her dreads. Kind of semi dreads, more braids than anything. But it was fun stuff. But speaking of Rat Monster, before I watched this video, though I wanted to lead in with this one. Before I watched this video, I came across Rat Monster's latest solo release track, which was for The Awakening. And I watched this on the bus, and I was like, wait. I watched this, I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this Rat Monster video. I'm like, all right, it's probably gonna be like whatever. I'm gonna probably hate it or not care about it. And then like I watched it, and at the end I was like, I don't think I hate this. I think I kind of like this. And I even tweeted and and mentioned to you, like, I think I kind of like this, and even on like a couple of repeated listenings, it's still a pretty good track. It might not be for everybody that isn't a Rap Monster fan to begin with, but I will say that I did feel the vibe of it. I did like that. It had some emotion behind the "I'ma go hard" sense of it. Like, it had some emotion behind it, some anger. Yeah. Like you get the sense of him trying to kind of vent more than trying to look cool, which it's more him trying to look cool. But at least he gives a more natural feeling vibe of trying to vent and trying to put emotion to it. I also like the fact that he like straight up said, "Yeah, I'm an idol. Yeah, I'm an idol. I'm gonna go ahead and claim, I love to get that title." Like he addressed it and he said, "You know what? Yeah, I'm an idol." Which I liked. What did you think? I tweeted it to you. What did you think when you saw this video?
I definitely was appreciative of what I feel like was genuine emotion put into the song, of saying like, hey, I can be a rapper, I can do that, but yeah, I'm also an idol. That doesn't mean I shouldn't get that same respect. Well, the bookie's still out on that one, buddy. But I definitely got a lot more genuine appeal from this. I felt more of this kind of as it presented itself, and this was a lot better showing than a lot of the other things that we've gotten so far. Like, I definitely feel like this was a better showing than the track with him and Warren G, even though I kind of like that one. We talked about that world between Tough Cookie and like, good shit. Like, because Ziaiko is kind of this meter, right? Because we like Ziaiko, but Tough Cookie exists. Yeah. So there's this world meter of that and everything in between, that kind of encompasses idol rappers, right?
Yeah.
It's you can go really try hard, or you can be genuinely good at what you do, as a rapper or whatever, and almost get rid of that stigma of being the idol rapper or whatever. I feel like people like Top have shown that they can have a lot of skill as a rapper and still be an idol, which I fucking swear to God, all these years we've been waiting for Top to just do this thing that everyone else is doing, and now everyone else is doing it, and we're just like, I just have that feeling of, God damn it. But other than that, I think this now is on the other spectrum. This is no longer close to the Warren G Tough Cookie thing. This is genuine. This is who he is. This is who Rap Monster is. This is the person that I think at the end of the day I want to appreciate as somebody who kind of wants to step away from the idol thing for 1 second and show his genuine skill that got him the job that he has. Yeah. And I definitely, I feel that, and I like that, and I like that genuineness, and it's fucking awesome, and I want it to continue.
Yes. We're gonna have to see, hopefully, if it does continue when he releases, when he drops that mixtape, that mixtape, yo. And we're gonna have to see. And it's funny, this is coming from the two guys who have historically, have historically been the biggest BTS antis, or at least not the biggest, but one of like the most like shitting on their lifestyle from the very beginning, to come around to something like this, which is an interesting journey. Of course, BTS doesn't need us nor care what our opinion is, so that is what it is. But it's really cool and interesting to see Rap Monster's journey. That's it. That's it for what's new with us this week. We're gonna transition over to our headlines. So join us over there, won't you? Howdy, folks, and welcome back to our headline segment where we talk about the latest goings on. There's some interesting articles in the world of East Asian pop culture. And let's start this journey. First off, with something that I'm hyped about. I am hyped about this. And so excited. Because I love me some Crayon Pop. And we finally got some news on their upcoming comeback. And here's the headlines. Crayon Pop's music video has been finished, and clips show them becoming the Power Rangers. And then of course there was also the teaser. Crayon Pop are awesome Power Rangers in their music video teaser for FM. At first, we got somebody from that was working on the comeback music video show. Announced that it put on an Instagram post that it basically has been finished. Then somebody posted a portion of the filming where there's giant colorful explosions of gas a la Super Sentai Rangers, and I was excited. On top of that, we got a nice picture of Ellen with her pink streaks in her hair, and then we got the teaser, and the teaser was so good. So good. So much fun. Like, it really played up the Super Sentai Ranger vibe, feel, more Crayon Pop-esque. The Shin Sedong Tiger track was pretty bomb. And it was just, I'm so hyped. Kaz, are you hyped?
No, I'm not the biggest Crayon Pop fan, but I think this is definitely something that you guys, and especially talking to Petey, their fandom loves this fun, silly, ridiculous stuff from them. And this is so right up their alley. This is so the types of things they should be doing, and I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And even more so than that, the fact that it's going to come, apparently the music video is going to drop on the 26th, I believe. But they are going to be playing a music show, doing a live performance before that, namely this Thursday, tomorrow, for all the people listening at home, at K-Pop Night Out. And it's been rumored that they will be premiering, having the premiere performance of this track at said event. And that means that I will get to be the first one to see and hear the song performed live. And I'm excited. Oh my god. This is going to be so good. This is so good. So good. This is going to be so good. It's going to be such a fun song. Such cool, video. The more skin tight outfit instead of the tracksuit, which is interesting. Let them show off their gym bodies because they be up in the gym working on their fitness. Like, that's something that Crayon Pop fans know, that they be hitting the gym hard. They lift. Especially Soyo. She's got them bionic arms. That's for sure. Oh my god, I'm so hyped for this. Crayon Pop. My young pop girls. My thug queens. My Iljin thug queens gonna take over and slay and snatch Momoclo's weave. That's right, I said it. They're gonna snatch Momora Cloverzy's weave. Straight up off their head. So much fun. Alright. But moving on, because I could talk about Crayon Pop for hours, but we hardly have any news on that. So, moving on to other fun, headlines, I guess not so fun headlines, but, Igyu Tae, the CEO in Clara's legal cases, arrested for fraud and Polaris shut down. Polaris Entertainment, of course, was the management company that was managing Clara. It's also the management company that Ladies Code is under. So it's very important. Igute, president of Ilkwon Group, which is the company that owns Polaris Entertainment, was arrested under suspicion of fraud today. This is relevant news to K-pop not only because it's Polaris, but because it's the same executive that is involved in a contract dispute / sexual harassment case with Clara. I don't think I've really brought up the sexual harassment case because I would just like turn into a big back and forth, with Clara kind of losing a lot of clout and, turning out to be kind of mostly bullshit. But this is a little bit scary for anybody that's a fan of anybody under Polaris Entertainment because, while this goes down, Polaris is temporarily shut down, but everybody's kind of, everybody that's under them is kind of in limbo. Can you imagine what kind of like being in that limbo could be like?
I think it's a weird place, right? I think it is definitely really, really odd. I am trying to understand why Polaris got shut down instead of just the CEO getting arrested and somebody else kind of, stepping up and running the show. That is something I would love to look more into, and maybe we'll do that. We'll have an in-depth report from Hallyujuku, which we probably won't, because it's probably something really simple. But I would definitely love to look into that and see why that is, as to why the whole company got shut down because of his arrest. Now, is his arrest at this point a very legitimate thing? Sure. You want to go by the book? This is an ongoing investigation. A lot of things lead to him, so he should be detained. I'm not taking any kind of sides or anything like that. I'm just saying, from the legal stance, that's what it is. As far as all the other details, why Polaris was shut down, what's going to happen with all the acts that are signed to Polaris, all the management, all the people that work there, that's for a later date. I would love to know sooner than later. But this is definitely something that's really, really scary, and is so wrapped up in this world so wrapped up in this crazy world of K-pop, where a lot of things are tool stringed by one person sometimes, and it makes you come to these realizations of how on a string a lot of these companies are. That your CEO gets arrested for some shady shit, and you're out of a job.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah. It's definitely going to bring up something interesting to kind of delve into. But that's kind of why I thought I'd bring it up. It makes me worried. I think on top of all things, though, I imagine they're not necessarily in the position to do anything career-wise. It does make me, of course, worry specifically for Ladies Code at the moment. But we'll have to see how it works out. We'll have to see the fallout. But this is definitely an interesting next step in that whole drama. But speaking of company drama, Ryu out of Mr. and winning inside M says that the group's comeback will be shitty. To the surprise of nobody, Ryu is out of Mr. This is something that I've kind of actually building up, but I should have included the other articles. So Ryu announced that he was going to file a lawsuit to get out from under the company of winning inside M and get out from Mr.
Yeah. He
explained the reason he was leaving was actually because of physical assault, verbal assault, contractual issues, and member neglect. It's actually a back and forth where not only he details kind of how he was hit in the ears with a file the size of a forearm, and there was blood coming out of his ears, and details some like verbal abuse, and like he says that he was brought a form to sign it that if he didn't oblige, he would be cut from the group. A lot of threats and verbal assaults. The CEO responds to this by not actually responding and rebutting anything, but just except for the size of the folder that Ryu was hit, where he shows a picture of the folder. It's like, yo, it wasn't that thick, it wasn't that bad. It was like about this thick. I mean, I hit him. Man, it was just only like about that thin, man. You know, it's just I don't need to get crazy.
He a bitch. I ain't even hit him that hard. We was playing. That was a love tap.
And then he responds to the agency, accuses them of lying, and says he doesn't matter. He released a statement by the CEO. Okay, Ryu has seen the statement released by the CEO of Winning Inside M, which accused Ryu of exaggerating the situation, and he says it doesn't matter because everything will be revealed soon. It says, I read the announcement by the CEO. I refused to record. I was treated equally, and that I exaggerated. I don't know about others, but our fans all know that I'm not the type of person to lie, but everything is going to be revealed soon, so don't worry too much and wait just a little bit. I love it because on Asian Junkie, they proceeded to link to Ghetto Boys, Damn It Feels Third Degree Gangsta, specifically cued to the line, a real gangsta don't, let me get say. Damn it, play. Real gangsters don't flex nuts. Real gangsters don't flex nuts because real gangsters know they got them. Which is a beautiful, nice little cue. I love Asian. All right, and then it brings us to the moment now, where they say, but that's not important because what is important is that he'll be replaced with a new member, by a new member on short notice, and the company says to remember that when this comeback is a lazy piece of shit. It says the group's agency, Winning Inside Music, announced this is a concert. There is a concert coming up in April in Japan that we have been planning for since last year. It's impossible to hold it with just 4 members. They continued. We unfortunately had to hold last-minute auditions for the new member, and we don't have enough time to properly prepare for the April 23rd comeback. Please keep this in mind. That's a new strategy. So instead of hyping it up, to the point where it's impossible to meet expectations, they just said, "Yo, this is gonna suck. just understand that."
Look, we gonna try, but we can't try that hard. Really, like this so puts me in the mindset that like fucking some of these K-pop fucking production houses are just such money-grubbing, money-making things that, like, just have no care for the people that are signed to them, have no care for the acts, and, like, just are just make me feel, like, kind of, and just over it. Like, this is so, I'm just over it. Like, they don't really deny the allegations of what happened to this kid. They almost in a stance are saying, yeah, they happened, but they didn't happen as bad as he make them sound. Like, what? No, you don't do that. Like, it's just really silly. It's really dumb. It gives me a headache, and I don't understand this shit. Like, this is the kind of shit we have been talking about week in and week out, and it seems to just kind of be ramping up, and there's more